Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video we are going to hit up the Duty Finder and do our next dungeon that's part of the main story, the 1,000 Maws of Toto-Rak. I'm a healer, so I'm assuming this queue won't be too long. I did a little bit more crafting, a little bit more gathering before doing this video. I don't know why, I just felt like I probably wanted to do a little bit of it because I realized it would be a good idea to get my goldsmithing up a little bit so I can craft accessories, because as you remember, I haven't been really doing many of the side quests that come with the main story. So I've been missing out on a lot of gear, and that's why I had to go back and do some leveling plus some Grand Company seal stuff in order to get my hands on some of the gear that I'm using right now. And even then, some of the gear is still not as good as I would have liked it. So potentially leveling my Weaver and my Goldsmith alongside of my Conjurer may make for some easier gearing experiences in the future. Obviously, a lot of this gear I'm going to get to keep and use on my Black Mage, so it shouldn't be an issue really anymore. I'm trying to remember what level Swiftcast is. I think it is 24? I think it's 24, something like that. I can just check. Why don't we just check? Oh, well, can't check right now. I'll check on the internet later. I'm pretty sure it's 24, though. Alright. And my bars are still a complete mess. I have to stop having this bar add new abilities. It's not working out. Can't have that. It's literally just adding crafting. Every time I get an ability, it goes on that list, basically. I also have my level 25 Conjurer quest I got to do, because I'm going to hit level 30 Conjurer soon. And then it's going to be White Mage time. And that's going to be fun. Might even go out of my way and level my Arcanist, because I really want to play Scholar, not White Mage. Maybe I should play both, like I said in an earlier video, but it's just that it doesn't interest me nearly as much to play this job. I'm also trying to get to the next rank, because a level 30 weapon would be great. Be great to get my hands on this Flame Private's Crook, but I need the next rank, and I still need more Grand Company seals for that. Apply for a promotion. I think it's 4,000 now. Yep, I need another 1,500 for the promotion, plus the amount for the actual item itself. Low-level progression in this game can feel a little bit overwhelming to newer players, having all these different options. At level 50, it's too bad that your verticality is pretty much locked in. It's times like this where that sucks, where it's pretty much just a few different ways to do it, but at least you have a lot of different things to do while you're doing it. That is a benefit. I can't wait till I can unlock quests from this guy, because this guy's got all the quests that I want. Let the hunt begin. I need level 50. And I need to be second Flame Lieutenant. And then I think this quest is for Zamiel Darkhold, which is level 44. A pup no longer. Oh, no, that's for PvP to unlock that at level 30. Although, nobody does the friggin' wolves then. And Shadows Uncast. That's the one to do Shadows Uncast. That's Darkhold, I'm pretty sure. So, what is it? What do I have to hand in this time anyway? Travel. Timers. I got a few hours left on my timers. I might go out of my way and do this while the LCS is live. Get some maple branches, get some raw malachite. I could just buy that from the NPCs, but I want to try and get some HQ raw malachite. Or malachite, whatever it is. Trying to think of ways I can make use of more seals. I've got 2 more enemies on this list. Ixal Lightwings in Alder Springs North Shroud, and Ixal Boundwings in Dragonhead. Trying to think. Emulgus Sears. Oh, well, we got the dungeon queue, so that's stuff that we can worry about later. How about that? We worry about it later. DPS, press the button. DPS, press the button. I keep trying to play Final Fantasy XIV as if it's Reciteer, which I finally finished as of this recording, and I'm in the process of uploading them all to YouTube and releasing them over the course of the next week or so. Fun game. Definitely was worth $20. Was very, very happy with that purchase. I ran into a few bots just before recording this video, too. Went out of my way, reported them. Gotta do what I gotta do. I'm gonna get rid of a few abilities here. Whoops, that's the wrong bar. I'm gonna get rid of my auto attack, finally. And my antidotes. Because I think I'm gonna have some new abilities being added to that soon. And we have a marking tank. I love you, tank. Hopefully I'll be able to do some good DPS during this dungeon. Yeah, he is. Wow. That flash, they are missing so much now, right? It's like, oh, good. Look at this. This tank's awesome. I like it. He's not taking a lot of damage using his cooldowns. The flash is doing wonders. I could just full-time DPS with this. Probably going to be a few pulls where I actually have to heal. But I always love it when things work out like this. And he's marking them, which is always welcome. The only thing is that pulling with flash, usually you want to pull with shield lob. But hell, nothing's going wrong here. Yeah, so this dungeon used to be a lot more confusing back in 1.0. Like, this used to be a dungeon that was... there was a lot of choice and... not RNG, what's the word I'm looking for? There were different paths that you could take, is what I'm trying to say. And it was one of my favorite dungeons in 1.0. It's still a good dungeon here. It was, if anything, it was kind of frustrating back in 1.0. But it was a cool little dungeon. It's much more straightforward now. So there's none of that, oh, pick your path kind of deal. Did that guy make it? Yes, he did. And he's still stealth. I'm pick up these photo cells. I'll do all this stuff while they do all the rest of the stuff. And everybody here seems to be getting along. There's people are talking to each other in the, whatever it's called. Oh, did somebody actually CC that? Oh, he didn't mark these ones. They're a little bit more annoying to mark anyway. I don't know which ones he's going after, but it seems like everybody's going after this one, so that's the one I'm going to go after. It's too bad I don't have my friendship circlet for this anymore, being level 27 and all, you know? Makes me sadness. Makes me very sadness. Because that's totally... I'm going to start breaking the web. I don't think it'll break when we kill that cell mite. Yeah. Oh, no, it does. My bad. Yeah, I might want to... See, one thing that you can start doing as a healer at this level, if you notice you have a paladin tank, because they don't have AoE physical damage like marauders do, you can actually just... Alright, which way does he want to go? Wants to go this way? Oh, he's got a Zentetsuken also glamored on. You could start reposing enemies to reduce the amount of damage your tank takes. Like, he's going to do that, so I'm going to repose this tank, this enemy, and this enemy. And that makes it a lot easier for me to just go full-out DPS, because I don't have to worry about how much damage he's taking. No matter what it is, it's not going to be so much to the point where I have to be worried, you know? When you have a Marauder, it doesn't always work out that way. Mostly because Marauders tend to use Overpower, which is AoE physical... Well, it's conal physical damage, and it'll wake everything up. So, it depends... really, on the group. Some Marauders understand, hey, I have somebody sleeping the enemies. I shouldn't just spam that. But it depends. That's why when I see we have a gladiator tank, I feel much safer sleeping these. When I get regen, it'll be even easier. Regen can be a little bit annoying at lower levels, because if you you don't want to regen a tank just before they pull, because then you're just gonna grab aggro on everything. But if you regen as soon as a fight starts, and then you just DPS the whole fight, the regen will usually wear off by the time the fight is over. Alright, this isn't even bad enough for me to want to do that. He didn't... I think he understands that this group's good enough to the point where he doesn't need to mark. So, we're good. We're good. I like it. I think it's going to be a good group. It's probably going to go real smooth. I see... Looks like somebody's doing their Atma book. So somebody's here for their... They might all be here for their Atma book. The ninja... No, the ninja looks like he's not level 50 yet. I know I can definitely tell that the bard is here for that reason. I just don't know if the gladiator has that glamored over it, or if there's a paladin. I keep calling them... I'm the only one who's a class here. I gotta remember that. He's a paladin, ninja, and bard. I am the only one who's on a class. Is that the last photo cell? Oh, yeah. That gives us 5. Now, these fights are a little bit annoying as a healer at this part. Oh. And this is why. They're going to go around trying to poison everybody. Now, one thing you can do to actually annoy these enemies a lot is if you have all ranged, you can actually just not even get... You can just keep assuming that poison, and he'll just keep spamming the poison attack, and he won't even bother to auto-attack. But it's not as effective as it sounds. It doesn't work as well as it used to. But as you can see, like, I'm just whatever here, and that's it. I'm done. So I'm going to get rid of everyone's Asuna, or get rid of everyone's poison now that the fight is over. And we'll be good. It's like, no problems at all. Yeah, so that was the first mini-boss. I know it wasn't... It didn't exactly look like a boss. It looked like a regular trash mob. But yes, that was indeed a mini-boss. It's alright. These things are going to do mostly the same. So there's no point in even getting rid of the poison. Just wait till the fight is over and then get rid of the poison. Just makes things simpler. I'm going to throw out a few stone 2s. He's got the HP for it. That's the thing. It's nice when you have people coming in as their jobs and they're over-leveled for the dungeon. Just usually means that even though their gear is scaled down to do the dungeon without having like an unfair advantage, that you can just kind of do whatever you want. Oh, we all got poisoned. We were all a little too close. Luckily, this poison doesn't hit very hard. I remember in the early beta phases, Asuna used to have a proc where that your next Asuna would be AoE. I think now, what is the proc that Asuna has now? 20% chance the next Asuna will cost no MP. Yeah, that's much different than the way it used to be. Just so you know. It used to be that other effect that I was just telling you. Whoops, I already had the effect on. Somebody else just pull one? Or am I bugging? Could have swore I saw somebody else just pulled one. These guys hit a little bit harder, but there's only 2 of them. I really only use Repose when there's more than 2 targets. Because most of the time, tanks will leave their first target early and just go to the second target. Since there's only 2 targets, it doesn't take that long to get through. But if you're a Black Mage, eventually Sleep becomes AoE, so you just have to cast it once. Repose, not so lucky. Got a single target casted on everybody, pretty much. Wow, I rolled a 2. A 2 on that item. Talk about the worst roll of all time. But still, and there you go. Now I can just DPS, and we're good to go. But see, he's got 3 poisons on him. I would love to have a regen for this right here. And then, of course, you have the issue of sometimes people, when... Oh, that's going to suck. I accidentally just turned on Cleric Stance. I did the reverse Cleric Stance dance. Oh, I don't want to be here right now. When they re-poison, I don't want to be there. And I was there. Never mind, I was there. These poisons don't even last long enough. I'm not even going to bother Asunaing them. By the time we're done with this fight, it won't matter. Like, they'll be wearing off just as soon as this last guy is dying. Maybe he'll do one more. I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out. Can they get him before the next poison? Yep. See? Easy mode. Easy mode. It's a very good group for this dungeon. Good. Good, good, good. Need it for the story. Don't need it for much else. So I'm glad. Oh. Hello. And we're good to go. Yep. Somebody else woke one of the other ones. Always love when that happens. It happens. You gotta be used to that happening. And I just did the reverse Cleric Stance dance again, I think. I think I turned it on before the fight started, then slept, then turned it off. I've done that a few times now. I'm psyching myself out. That's what's happening. I'm like, oh, alright, perfect. I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna sleep them, and then I can just go right into DPSing. I don't even need to worry about turning it back. And then I'm like, alright, I just slept them. Let me turn it on. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm an idiot. I already did that. I did that step early. Alright, we got all the photo cells we need. We skipped a lot of treasure coffers. Treasure coffer down that way, where that thing is. There's going to be a treasure coffer up here we're probably going to skip. Most of the side paths here have treasure coffers. Have treasure coffers. I would have liked to have gotten them, but I've done enough low-level content over the years to just, if we don't do it, we don't do it. If I'm the tank, I'll take us down that way. If I'm not the tank, I'm not gonna, and the group doesn't want to go that way, I'm not gonna be the one guy who's like, oh, I want to go that way. I've just done it so much that if I was a new player, I probably would ask, hey, do you mind if we go down this way? I would like to get some more gear and experience. And, but as just somebody who's had a lot of experience with this game, I'm indifferent to it, you know? It's not something that I, like, really, really want to do. It's just something that I'll gladly accept should it happen. You just start marking them again? I'll take it. Makes my sleeping easier. That's for damn sure. I love this dungeon. I mean specifically this run that we're doing. Just nice and easy. Not really too much to talk about, other than it seems like the more I get to do of these dungeons, the more I'm getting to show you guys what it's like to be a DPSing healer. As opposed to, you know, a healer that just heals. And the big differences that come with it. Yep. And then, now this one's a little bit different. I think I can actually sleep the ads here. I'm going to give it a shot. But this one's going to summon 2 ads that do a slow effect. And it is really annoying. He's actually taking a lot of damage. This guy doesn't hit that low. Like, he actually does hit for a decent amount. I'm trying to move around because I can't see anything. Like, you don't have to kill these things at all. Can I sleep these? That's what I want to know, if I can sleep these. Yes. So, if you have a healer, just let them sleep them. I don't think they knew I was going to try and sleep them, so they didn't. But there's a lot of people taking extra damage here, so... It's actually not uncommon to see people use their limit break on this boss just to skip the ads. Not that it's particularly hard anyway. But this guy is getting wrecked. Oh, it's because he's got aggro on the boss. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. As soon as you kill the boss, both the ads will disappear. So that's why a lot of people do that. Damn, no loot for me at all. No loot. 0 loot. Greed and greedier. Probably win the pink one. Now, at this point, you're going to have to run across slime that slows your movement speed. That's all it does. And then there's also these fleshy pods. These pods poison anyone who gets near them. They explode when somebody gets near them, and that poisons people. So you can actually just throw... You can actually just, like, hit them with a ranged attack before you have to walk next to them. And you'll usually see people, like... You'll usually see people do that. There are some of them that are tucked neatly behind corners that can get you by surprise if you don't know and it's your first time doing the dungeon. But for the most part, nothing too bad. Nothing you really have to worry about. Yeah, I think he wanted to do the next pull, and he wasn't at full HP, so I just threw him a quick cure before I go back to DPSing. Hopefully I get some commendations for this one. I'm that level 27 Conjure. I don't even think that's level cap for this dungeon. Oh yeah, no, that is level cap. I'm just not above level cap for this dungeon. They gotta be impressed, right? They gotta be impressed with the DPSing Conjurer. Like, wow, this guy is actually DPSing. I never see low-level players or new players DPS in dungeons. Well, actually, yeah, see, so right there, guy got a little close, so he got poisoned. You gotta do it from pretty far away. If you're within melee range of them, you're too close. Well, if you're within melee range when they explode, you're too close. But because of the sucking in, as you just saw, it can be a little bit problematic. They're all gonna come after me in a sec. So I'm just gonna go stand next to him. Yeah, that Asuna, right as he got poisoned, all the ads spawned. So I'm just gonna DPS. No biggie. So he started DPSing this one. That's the one I'm going to go after next. It's very common for people to just go after the next closest one, but since he was attacking that other one, I want to throw a little bit of damage onto it. I'm also going to throw him a cure now. Don't want him getting too nervous. As you can see, he just threw up Convalescence. Think he was getting a little nervous there. Like, this healer hasn't healed me yet. I don't know when he's going to do it, so I'm going to throw up Convalescence. I get nervous as a tank sometimes. When I tank, which I've been doing a little bit more of lately, I get nervous in Duty Finder groups when I see my HP dropping low, and I know that our healer is DPSing. Jesus, I cannot get a good angle of what I'm trying, of the dungeon. There we go. The leaves are in the way, man. There's all these damn leaves. And not leaf quest, just a literal tree, leaves and trees, just all over the place. Technically, I could be getting rid of these flesh pods too, and I know all the locations. Like now, you go wide around the corner and hit the flesh pod. Basically, now we have to go wide around every corner because that's what's going to happen. Oh, I want to go down that way. All right, fine, we won't. We'll just get the dungeon done quicker. Should be going around the... Yep, there it is. And then around this corner. Wide around the corner, and we're good to go. And at this point, we should be in the clear. You don't even have to go down that way, so that is a literal trap. You can see it on the mini-map that you don't need to go that way. It's so silly to me. that they even, like, try to surprise you. Like, oh, maybe they'll go left. Nope. We ain't going. Wait, where the heck is this person going? Oh, they're still stealthed. Uh-oh. The guy went without us. Waiting on the guy who's stealthed to walk all the way over here. That's why you gotta try and stealth, like, right before a pull. You can even stealth in the middle of a pull as long as it's not a boss pull. Because bosses automatically reveal people from stealth after a second or two. As soon as the next, like, global server tick goes out, basically. So, on trash pulls, though, as long as you haven't engaged the trash mobs, you can just stealth whenever. It's a fun little helpful rogue tip to keep in mind while you're leveling. Because making use of sneak attack while you're leveling is a good idea. It definitely helps speed up dungeons. It's a huge burst of damage. Like, I'm not going to say never use sneak attack. It's just using it on bosses is folly. Big folly. Not Chris Folly. What was that guy's name? It wasn't even Chris Folly. Was it Chris Folly? I don't remember. The wrestler with the sock? I don't remember his name. I just remember his sock. I just remember the sock. I think his name was Socko or something like that. I don't remember. I'm talking about the sock's name now, not even the wrestler's name. Alright. And this is, like, right at the end of the dungeon. So, we're already done with this dungeon. It's a really quick one. It's decent experience points. We skipped a lot of enemies. So, this place is usually worth at least a little bit more. I'm also level 27, so things are worth a little bit less here than they would be if I was actually level 24 like you're supposed to be when you come in here. But I'm not going to complain. 3 levels above the main story is a place you want to be, especially going into around the level 30 to 35 area, because they're going to start, after the next little bit, they're going to eventually send us into, what's the place called? Korthus, and that's when leveling becomes not fun. To say the least, that's when leveling becomes not fun, is when you end up in Korthus. This boss, really, really easy, though. So, his mechanics are, he has an attack that he does around him, not a big deal. He has a conal AoE that'll knock you away. It can knock you into the fleshy pods around the wall. You don't actually need to destroy all those fleshy pods, but I appreciate the effort. He also does that attack where he targets a random party member and summons a fleshy pod on their location. So, you just need to move when you see, like, a string, like a web string kind of appearing above you. He'll turn and face you so you'll know. But that's the sign. And then yeah, he summons these 2 ads. He'll do this. He'll summon these 2 ads a couple of times. In a little bit, his tail is actually going to... Oh, he did it to me again. And his tail is actually going to become targetable. There's 2 ways to do this fight. You can actually just ignore the tail if you want and just finish the boss. But he's got a lot of HP left. So most people will recommend when the tail spawns right here, when the hit comes down, you move out of the poison, and then you kill the tail. When you kill the tail, it makes the boss weak. It gives him increased damage taken, which just makes finishing the fight a little bit easier. Just got to make sure to move out of those poison puddles. His HP used to not be high enough to warrant even trying to destroy the tail, but now it is. He's going to summon 2 more ads here also. But yeah, he's taking extra damage, so the rest of this fight's pretty much straightforward. You can definitely ignore the next set of mobs and just limit break him right here. But I don't know if that's what's going to happen, so I got to be prepared. It's very common in low-level instances for DPS to not use their limit breaks. Just, you know, focusing on the fight itself. It's very common. But I'm just going to throw out a few cures, and then I'm going to... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he did it. And we're good. See? Nice, simple dungeon. Nice, simple dungeon. There are some story cutscenes in this dungeon. Just keep that in mind if it's your first time going through. And wow, I didn't get shit. I just didn't get anything. Okay, well. Everybody left so quick I couldn't give out any commendations. And I didn't get any commendations. That's rude. I deserve some commendations for my hard work. Happens, though. Can't win them all. And here's another story cutscene I'm going to be skipping. You guys know, I skip all the cuts. Whoa, they teleported me all the way back here. Well, at least that's a free teleport. I'm not going to complain about that. And that was the 1,000 Maws of Toto-Rak. Right after that, you're going to be teleported out, and you can continue on with the main story. Glad we got that dungeon done pretty quick. Since I'm level 27, it wasn't worth nearly as much experience points as I would have liked. But when the LCS comes on, maybe I'll do a few roulettes and whatnot. I could use the Grand Company seals if my role is in demand. Please let my role be in demand. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next Let's Play, and until then, take care.